beauty to financial side. We are looking for it all. Hello, welcome back to Tears to Purpose Real Talk. I am one of your hosts, Elder Lakia Barnett, and hey, Miss Hubbard.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Glad to have you all back.
Yes, so I'm glad to be back, and I'm hoping and praying that everyone is well. So go ahead and do me a favor and share down your timeline to your friends and your family because we have a phenomenal show on today. I'm triple excited about these two ladies. I feel like they're triple threats in the game of entrepreneurship. Author, they wear many hats. We done had quite a few women like that on this show within the last year. So I have just been truly excited about interviewing them. But before we get into all of this great, juicy topics about what they do and how they do it, first, let's go to this clip. Y'all know how we do it.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above all rubies. What woman in their right mind can honestly live up to these ridiculous standards? Certainly not this one.
Who can find a virtuous woman? See, I thought I was one. So, how did we get here?
Once you put anything before God, all hell breaks loose.
Oh, don't check me.
All right, that's enough.
You ready?
Go on in there! Cry to God!
Are you okay?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
We have to be that man in order for them to be that woman.
Tell me you didn't just gamble away all my money, Anthony!
God saved Ant's life.
Please help me through this.
What if you were already the husband I needed? Excuse you.
I'm sorry.
Say it again.
But why did Aunt do nothing about it?
Trust me, Aunt's gonna take care of that.
I just want you to see what you got to look forward to.
What a waste of time.
You doing? Move. Hey.
I'm angry at myself for allowing you to change me into this monster.
This is your mess. You clean it up.
You made this bed, now you sleep in it.
Are you gonna leave? Or do I need to shoot you in your knee?
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find a virtuous woman?
For her price is far above all rubies.
The heart of her husband, he will be trusting her.
So that he shall have no need of sport.
She do him good all the days of her life.
Proverbs 31. Y'all need to go check that out. Such a dope film. I think it is good for some married folk to watch and some single folk to watch, just in case they just want to have a little insight about marriage. Okay. So shout out to Jamil. He is a film producer in the Indiana area. Him and his wife is doing major things in the Christian-based arena, and we thank God for their insight in the film industry because you need to bring that stuff to the light. So listen, so we're not going to hold it anymore. Continue to like, share, and tag people to this page right now because we're getting ready to jump into our exclusive interview. I know of this young lady from Enough Cosmetics. I actually used to be an ambassador for this company, and I'm gonna have to say, for real, she is the dopest. I don't know, Lord, if hustler was a word in like 3,000, I don't even know what to say, but she is like super dope. She's an author and she is entrepreneur and also the owner of Lip Bash. And we're welcoming Alexis Perry to Tears to Purpose Real Talk. Come on, Alexis.
Hi, guys. Hi, ladies.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, ladies. Just super excited and just grateful to be amongst you beautiful and phenomenal women tonight.
Yes.
So glad.
Yes, Alexis, I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad we finally got you on the show. I just think that you would just be cool. Just it's so many words I can say because I've never seen somebody go so hard in the paint like you do. But we getting ready to find out why you do what you do. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this over to Miss Hubbard, and yeah, we're gonna kick this interview off right.
Let's do it.
All righty, Alexis. Alexis, I just want to welcome you once again and thank you for taking out time to join our show. So we're gonna get right into it. So just tell us a little bit about your story, how you got started, and what you want us to know.
Yes, ma'am. So, hi, audience. Hi, everyone that will watch this. My name is Alexis Perry. I am a full-time entrepreneur. As you guys heard Elder Lakia say, I am a entrepreneur, founder of another brand called the Lip Bash, and I'm an author. So, I got into entrepreneurship by way of what I like to say by way of my mom, because that's all I saw growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a child of a single mother, I seen her working jobs and doing what she had to do to take care of her children, right? And so I was probably in middle school when I really saw what entrepreneurship looked like. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is what I want to do. And so in 2014, when me and my mom started our first business, it was called, at the time, it was called Lip Sync Cosmetics, now known as Enif Cosmetics. We started this business out of my mother's frustration, because at the time I was in middle school. So her frustration of, being an African American woman, not being able to have lip colors and have, just makeup for the everyday Black woman. Like, we like to look good. We like to wear certain shades without looking crazy. And so that's exactly why we founded the cosmetic line, which is known as Enif Cosmetics today. So we're 6 years in the game and growing. And then as far as, becoming an author and starting my own brand, as we know, life has ups and downs, right? And so for me, not giving too much info, but being a young adult going through college, I'm gonna start right there. I'm going through college and really just finding my way. I got connected to the wrong crowd at one point in my life. Going from Winston-Salem, North Carolina to Atlanta, all by myself, Atlanta, Georgia, all by myself. I connected with the wrong crowd. And so I had some run-ins with addiction and just finding myself sinking. And I was like, God, I know you're there. I know you're there. Why? Because I grew up in a church, right? So I know what my foundation is. But God, if you could just get me out of this situation, I promise I'll turn my life over to you. I will serve you and keep you first. And so I started really relying on God and really, having him order my steps instead of me trying to do it myself. Because again, that's when I was trying to do it myself, that's when I was having my major run-ins. And so I ended up finding myself in jail and just, all types of little pits here and there. And I'm like, God, listen, I can't go into another year like this. Like, if I don't get my walk right with you, my life right with you, I know I'm gonna be dead, right? So I ended up turning my life over to God and really just, doing things his way, as he would want all of us to do. And from that day to this one, he's been ordering my steps, and he wanted me to write a book and really share my story to other young ladies and just people, period. And so that's exactly what I did. And that's how I became an author. So I hope that answered your question.
I know that was a lot of questions you asked, you answered that I had on my paper. But okay. But listen, I'm gonna ask this question. What were you looking for when you was out there on your own? Were you missing something in your life that you had to go out and look for something to fulfill that void?
That's a great question. And I think honestly, I think I was, being as though, again, not having my dad in the home growing up. I was never promiscuous, which, I thank God for that. But I think I was more so, and I'm the only girl. So I have two older brothers. And so I was looking for that sisterhood, right? And I was just connecting with girls that I thought was maybe like fly, like they could dress and they was cute on the outside, but had no substance on the inside, right? They didn't believe in God. They, you know, they weren't family oriented. So their morals didn't even align with mine. But I was just on the outside looking in, just empty at the time when I was out there just drinking and smoking and doing all types of crazy stuff. Like, girl, you know better than that. But you know, when you're lost and you're not connected, it's just you just out here just turned up, living your best crazy life. So I think I was just looking for again, just a sisterhood, but I didn't go about it in the right way. But God showed me.
Well, thank God he showed you and you turned that thing around, because you can help a lot of other young ladies that's going through the same thing. Show them that God brought you through so he can bring them through as well.
Absolutely.
So that's good. That's good. So tell us about this book.
Yes. So, ladies, I do have my digital copy. I do apologize because, again, I'm traveling this season. So, here is a digital copy of The Beautiful Overcomer. And this book, ladies, it's literally starting from the day I was born up into date. And just, you know, all of my hardships. Again, I shared a little bit about it, but just born at 1 pound 10 ounces to today, a 26-year-old, you know, not fully grown, but you know, grown woman. From that to, you know, again, just struggling with alcoholism. That was one of the things that I was addicted to, you know, and it runs heavy in my family. So just bringing everything on the table, getting kicked out of schools, you know, colleges, and being, you know, expelled from college. Like, who gets expelled from college? But me. I was the one. And I was like, God, if you could just show me a different route, right? And so going through that and, you know, growing up loving fashion and loving design, there's none of my other cousins or no other friends of mine loved the things that I loved. And so it was different once I brought that to my mom's attention. I'm like, hey, Mom, you know, I don't want to go to school to be a lawyer or to be, you know, a doctor. I want to go to school for fashion. So that was different coming from DC. I'm from DC. And, you know, you tell your mom, like, you want to go to school for fashion. She like, well, do fashion pay the bills?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we had to have that conversation. And so it was just like different things that I believe God placed inside of me to show my mom, like, hey, Mom, even though this is different, right? And nobody in our family has ever done this before, I'm going to be the one. And so my book shares a little bit of all of that. And it also, again, touch on, like, you know, every time that I've dropped the ball in my life and to date, right? Because no one's perfect. And how I've overcome, you know, the most embarrassing and traumatizing moments of my life, from, again, getting locked up to and humiliating things in my life. You know, getting locked up, getting kicked out of college, getting kicked out of high school, all types of stuff. And it's like, girl, get it together. And then it talks about, you know, when I started my entrepreneurial journey and what really made me make a decision to say, you know what, God, I know that you gave me a second chance at this thing called life, and I'm not going to let you down. So that's what my book entails, and just how to really change your mindset and get on your victory lap, because we all have one. So it's just a matter of, you know, making a decision to win every single day, and don't let distractions get in your way.
That's excellent. Thank you for opening up and letting people know. I mean, because if things like that happen, it really happens. And a lot of us, we just don't talk about it. But as Elder says, you know, it's going to help someone else. So you have to talk about it. So help the next person, let them know, hey, I've been through this and this is what I did. And you can go through it and come through it as well. So that's good. Absolutely. So I was going to ask another question, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to Elder. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So these were good questions to start out with, and you gave us a lot of meaty information. And I like how you are transparent about your journey, because a lot of people may see us where we are now and they don't have no idea what it took to get there or what it cost to get there. So can you explain and talk about like the balancing of it all? Listen, let me tell y'all something. I watch, like, I will just come down your time like Alexis. I'm telling you, I ain't never seen nobody like her. Like, I know. And I was watching like some of your videos and your consistency of how you are sharing the business. Like, do you have questions from people that maybe have never done this before, that is looking for extra income? Like, what do you tell them? Because a lot of people may think, I'm not no salesperson. How am I going to do this? Because I know I did. And, we start going into this self-doubt, this fear of what family gonna say when you're doing the unknown and not what everybody else is doing. So talk a little bit about that. Like, how do you get the women to kind of really understand, like, hey, anybody can do this if you will put your mind to it? What's your technique?
Yes. So honestly, ladies, the way I go about it is when I'm talking to a everyday woman, because that's what I like to say about us, right? You don't have to be a corporate executive. You don't have to be none of that. The everyday women that want to start a business, I just let them know, hey, listen, if you were given an opportunity to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a week, would you do it? Right. So that's the first question I ask. And then I always ask them, let's be a little bit more realistic about it, because people are always going to say yes to that. Right. And then I'm like, okay, what would an extra $75 to $100 do for you a week? Right? Because starting a business, it's not easy. And you're not going to see 3 figures every single week. And I'm just being completely honest with you. There's been weeks where I haven't made no money, but you just got to continue showing up. So once they give me that answer, then I bring it to them and say, how willing are you to make that money every week? Because it's not going to come from just posting online. There's no such thing unless you are, let me say, like Beyonce or Kim Kardashian or somebody. Everyday women, we don't have that type of influence on social media just yet. So what it's going to take for you is for you to get out here every single day, right? And beat the streets, as my mother would say, like beat the streets, literally. So you have to connect with people every day. I like to tell women, you got to keep your business in front of the eyes of so many people every day, that even if you're not from if you go to, let's just say Florida, right? Miami, Florida, and you go to a certain area in that city, you want to show up there every day, stay for a couple hours, so that every single day people will be like, oh, I know that lipstick lady coming. She here every day. She got a, you know what I'm saying? She got a Honda Accord. Like, yeah, that's how we want people to know us. You have to be willing and dedicated to put yourself in a different position. And that's what I tell women every single day. If you want to win, it's one thing to say you want something, but it's another thing to do it. Everybody knows what it takes to become rich, but everybody don't want to do the work to actually become rich. And that's exactly what I say to my ladies.
Well, if I had a fork, I would stick it right there, because I'm trying to tell y'all right now, that's some real stuff you just said, like a whole mouthful, because a lot of people, they see things, but they don't understand that it takes steps in work to get there. And you are a prime example, Alexis, of hard work, dedication, commitment, consistency. Like, if there's no consistency, you'll easily die off very quickly. And that's something, even myself as an entrepreneur have learned. Like, you got to really hone into this thing and make it about your business. So that takes me to my next question. What are like 2 tips that you can give? Because there are lots of entrepreneurs that are being birthed in this season and going into the new year, but there are also people who don't have enough faith to make a leap. What would 2 tips be from you as an entrepreneur who's kind of been doing this thing for a while? What would you tell them?
One thing I've learned, and I'm being completely honest with this, listen to God, and let God move you. Don't do it on your own. I failed so many times, ladies, so many times at things that I wanted to do, but it wasn't God ordained. So let God move. Okay. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is, once you say yes to this business, whatever business it may be, credit, taxes, if you want to design shoes, whatever business it may be, make sure that it goes from your head to your heart and from your heart to your head.
Wow. Okay.
Amen. That's good. That's good. So, with all the things that you have going on, from being an author to being a friend, a sister, or daughter, how do you balance and take care of you in the midst of business, all of this stuff, because a lot of people don't know how to do that. And I think it's so keen that we will wear ourselves thin trying to be there for everything and everybody and not doing self-care and not doing self-care. So help us out, Alexis.
Yes. So, ladies, and I always believe that, I speak from an honest place. I've brought my family on board with my dreams and my goals. And so my grandmother, we have self-care days where sometimes we'll sit on FaceTime and, she tell me a new mask that I need to try. And on certain Sundays, I just take a bath and I just, don't do anything. I sit in my robe all day and just chill, watch Lifetime. Like little things like that are self-care to me. And then the balancing act, I'm an aunt. I don't have any children, but I'm an aunt of 5. So I get the constant texts and the random FaceTimes and that sort of thing. So, I'm still learning the balancing act, and I'm just being very honest with you. So I do, especially on holidays, I carve out time when I'm like, I'm not working, I'm not answering emails. This is specifically time for just my family.
Yeah.
But the day after that, best to know I'm back on work time.
Yeah.
So I do take time out for myself. Like there's days out of the month, maybe 2 or 3 times out of the month where, I'll have a spa day, I'll cheat on my diet. I'll just do things that I want to do, not things that I know I need to do. And so, I have those days. But for the most part, ladies, I'm still learning my balancing act. So I hope that answered.
Yes, ma'am. I love the honesty. I
Yeah.
love the honesty. Very honest. I love that.
Thank you.
So what does purpose mean to you? When you hear the word purpose, what comes to mind immediately?
Serving others.
All right, man. That's what it's right.
Serving others. My purpose here on earth is to serve others in all that I do. So whether it's through clothes, whether it's through, when I say imagery, I mean like, showing women that they're beautiful, you know, giving my testimony to others. To me, that's serving, because it's like they feel like they can't come out of this dark space and they feel ashamed. But once I put my book in your hands and you really read it, there's going to be things that you won't even look at me to think that I've been through that, but it's going to serve you because it's going to tell you that you can overcome that thing. And so I know that I'm here to extend my hands, extend my heart, and extend my love to other people, to help them grow even more.
That's Jesus up and down.
Yep. Right.
Yeah, so that reminds me of something that I want to ask too. Being single in holiness, how do you do that? Because there are some single folk that want to know, how in the world is she an entrepreneur? She is this, that, still maintaining her relationship with God while in waiting.
So that's a great question, because it's funny, because I like to say that you're going to get tempted, and you always know what's for you and what's not. No matter how much you try to lie to yourself, how much you try to convince yourself, like, oh, he the one, he fine, he this, he that. No, you already know, because you feel convicted in your soul. He's not the one, right? So what I do is I keep myself busy. I keep myself highly productive. And not to say that, I haven't gone on dates, because I have. But once I get back home, I'm like, oh, what a waste. What a waste of time. And so and I'm just being honest. So I just now, especially now in this fourth quarter going into a brand new year, I just lock in, and I really hone in on my relationship with God, because I'm getting older, and God knows the desires of my heart, right? I definitely desire to be a wife. And so I'm like, if I continue to make myself whole, right? Continue to chip away at those, not to say that I'll ever be perfect, because no one is, but those imperfections and those, voids, if I continue to work on those things and ask God to, heal those holes, He'll send my king. He'll send my
Let's
king.
do
So
that.
I keep myself productive, ladies. I continue to read. I definitely read a lot. So that way if your head is down and you working and you grinding, you won't have time to look up. He'll just probably drop a book on your head one day. And you'll be like, okay, husband. So that's how I believe it's gonna come. So I just stay patient, and you may have urges because we're adults, right? But I tell myself like it's not even worth it, right? You don't want to take 10 steps backwards in your process of waiting. So just stay focused, stay persistent with the task that God has given you, and he'll bring it all together. He'll bring it all together. So just stay patient, ladies. He got the best thing for us.
That's right.
Whoop, whoop. That was well said. Whoop,
Yeah,
whoop.
yeah.
Okay, so Alexis, I think you have hit so many important points on tonight, and I thank you for being so transparent, because we need more people like you with a voice like you that can speak from the business perspective, just life, being a woman, and really finding balance in all of these things and still loving God, right? So go ahead and let everyone know how they can find you, but also leave a message for the ones that are going to watch this later and the ones that are watching now. I don't know what may be laying on your heart or what you feel like needs to be said, but I feel like someone needs to hear something positive. So much is going on in the world in different aspects that I just feel like a voice like yours to go across the masses like this, and especially young adult women that may be still trying to find identity, might be still trying to just, wait on God and holiness and singleness, whatever it is, or trying to pursue business. I feel like you have something on your heart that people can kind of attest to and be like, hey, if she can do this, I can do this.
Right.
Yes. So I'll start out with my social media handles. So I'm going to give you guys my personal Instagram and my Facebook. So my personal Instagram is the Alexis Alexis Mariah Mariah. That's my Instagram. And then my Facebook is Alexis Perry. So just as you guys see it right here in the corner, that's my Facebook. Those are my social media handles. And then lastly, what do I want to share with you all? Okay, first of all, a new year is coming in. So we all know that we make these yearly resolutions, right? But this particular year, 2022, I want you all to commit to yourself, right? There's a saying that all people say, like, I got you, like, I got you. You could do this. I got you. But I want you to get yourself this year. Like, got yourself. Like, don't do anything for nobody else. Focus on you. You told yourself you wanted to start a savings account. You want to, get your credit right. You want to maybe start a family or whatever it is that you want to do. Really hold yourself accountable this year and go for it. Don't let anything stop you. I suggest everybody to go get a calendar tomorrow, go to Dollar General, Family Dollar, wherever you will need to go, and go get a calendar. And I want you to, every single day starting January 1st, start chipping off, every single day, put a check mark. Okay, I've done the things that I said I was going to do, and stay committed to yourself, because then that's when you'll see the greatness coming out of you. That is when you'll truly see the greatness coming out of you. The moment you make a decision to commit to yourself and you continue to hold yourself accountable. So you got this, you guys. I'm super excited about 2022. You ladies were amazing, amazing, amazing hosts. And I'm just so excited. So I'm passing it back over to you, ladies.
Yes. So we thank you so much, Alexis, for joining us today and putting some brightness right before Christmas. So you dropped some huge nuggets. Somebody wants gifts. It don't always got to be tangible, baby. It can be wisdom. Right. Wisdom and knowledge goes a long way. And I'll take that any day over materialistic things. Okay. So Miss Hubbard, any last words to Alexis before we let her go?
You're just a ray of sunshine. You continue to do what you're doing, and the Lord will continue to bless you, and wait on that King.
Yes, thank you, ladies.
Yes, so Alexis, we love you, and we are speaking nothing but Blessings over you. We're going to stay connected. And your mom did an awesome job. And that's a powerhouse lady. She did an awesome job with you. So we love you and we will talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, ladies. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yes, Alexis Perry.
Wow.
So you guys make sure that you go follow her, stay connected with her, go purchase that book.
That's
And
right.
now it's time to move on to our second guest, author Francine Houston. We're going to go ahead and bring her up now to the Tears to Purpose platform. Hello, Francine.
Uh-oh. I don't know if she knows she's on or what.
Can you hear us, Francine? It might be her headphones. Is it your headphones?
Said there's no sound. She gonna get it together.
Okay, you guys keep liking and sharing as we get Miss Francine back on. Yeah, so while we're waiting on Miss Francine to come back on, I just want to say let's keep Kentucky and all the victims of the tornado in prayer. My heart was extremely broken when I saw this flash across the news about the tornadoes that had hit and messed up that whole town and many other places connected to it. So we are praying that that the restoration will come to that city. Amen. So just keep prayers up for the victims of the tornado. Hey, Miss Francine, can you hear us now?
Yes, I don't know. I had
Good.
technical difficulties. I mean,
It's okay. It's all right, but we're glad to see you here. Welcome to
Yes.
Purpose Real Talk.
oh,
All right, so I'm gonna go
okay.
ahead and turn you over to Miss Hubbard.
Yes. Welcome once again. So just tell us about your story. How you got started. A little bit of everything.
Um, well, I'm a lupus survivor.
Okay.
Because I was gonna ask you what I was gonna talk about. My story just started with me dealing with lupus at a young age. I was like a senior in high school, and I got diagnosed with lupus. So I took my story and I put it in the book form.
Mm-hmm.
I just talk about the challenges with dealing with lupus and still trying to have like a normal life, still try to finish high school, go to college, try to even have a career with lupus, even though I had to switch careers a lot because of lupus. And then I had another book talk about another challenge with lupus. It started attacking my kidneys, and I had to talk about how I was living a normal life back then. In my 30s, I wasn't on any medicine. I wasn't having any flare ups, and I was getting accustomed to just living a normal life, becoming an entrepreneur, trying to go on cruises, have like regular vacation time and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And then I got hit with the illness again, and I had to learn more self care. So
Okay.
that's kind of how my new book came out, self care. But I write poetry, so my third book was poetry. But during that experience, I had to learn real self care because I'm used to just working a lot, and then just you work hard, you play hard. I work a lot, then I go take a vacation. I couldn't keep on doing that type of stuff. So I wrote my latest book 2 years ago. I wrote about self care, and it was kind of like basically branching off of what I went through in my 30s. Um, at 34, being on dialysis and stuff like that, and how I had to learn to sometimes I can't. I had to slow down. So
Wow. So it sounds like you've been through a lot at an early age.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. So what kept you going?
Um, what kept me going? Well, I became a believer at an early age too. So I had God and my family. Like majority of my family kept on trying to get me to, to think about the but think past lupus. Like you're not gonna always deal with this. You gotta think past it.
Mhm.
Just get up every day and figure out something you should be thankful for, regardless of how you feeling, regardless of what's
That's
going
true.
on. Just think about something you should be grateful for. That kind of helped me, especially on the days when I really wasn't feeling like trying to think about that type of stuff.
Mhm.
And and that sometimes people, I wouldn't say people would maybe worse off, but there's other people that go through other stuff and you can't even tell that they sick. You can't
Yeah.
tell they going through stuff because they don't let it affect them. So I was kind of learning from them. So not to say it don't affect me, but I'm trying to get to the point where it don't affect me so much that it stopped me from, I guess, even being myself. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that can be hard. I've never been through that, but I've known someone that has lupus, and I've seen some stuff, and it wasn't good. So that's good that you found a way to get through it. So tell us, what type of business do you have?
Well, I run two businesses right now. I've just been doing the media business, scenic media. I do graphics for people, and then other part is I write books. And then my other business is FH Designs, which right now I gotta kind of get back into doing stuff. That's my clothing line. So I haven't. I think my last show was in October, and I just got asked to do a show in January. But I got to get back with those people. Yeah.
Oh, okay, excellent. So when did you first start your business?
Um,
Your
my
first.
graphic business, the first one, um, I've been doing graphics for a while. I made it a business after I graduated college in like
Okay.
2005. But before that, even in high school, I would do graphics. They had like the studio class, but we never got paid for it. The school got paid for it. I didn't
Mm,
get paid for it. Like I was learning how to do stuff on the computer, and I was like, okay, I
yeah.
didn't consider it being a career or whatever. But that's when I went to school for it. And then after I graduated, then I was just like, okay, I can. My friends would come up to me like, well, Francine, I need you to make this for me, or I need business cards. So I just start slowly doing it as a business. And then my family, they were like, okay, we know you know how to do this stuff. We saw you go to school. So we need this done. We need that done. So eventually it
Yeah.
became, I just started making it a business.
So would you say that's a passion for you or no?
Yeah. Because I mean, even sometimes, I mean, I had to start charging people because I used to like to do it so much. I used to do exchange, like, okay, I do your graphics, but you give me tickets to the next concert you doing. Like my friends be
Right.
over different things, and I do like exchange. After a while, I was like, okay, I need the money. I'd rather just pay you the
Right.
money instead of just
Exactly.
keep on doing bargaining because I didn't really
Uh-huh.
care about it. I was doing graphics anyway, but I was like, okay, I really need to start thinking this as a business. So that's when
Yeah,
I
you guys
started thinking
start
about,
paying
okay, I
your
got to make
bills.
money out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Okay,
I had to stop doing that.
I know that's right. Okay, I think that's about all the questions I have. I'm gonna pass you over to Elder Lakia. So,
So let me just say this, Francine. I just thank God for your life, for you just being here to be able to tell your testimony.
Mhm.
You are living and you're breathing. And so many people face this disease of lupus. Like, I know of many that deal with this, and it cannot be easy. But I love how you took something like this and you just started evolving into your businesses, your books, um, and I don't even know if this is what you're doing in your clothing line, but it's kind of like when you were talking, I was seeing like things that gravitated to lupus and like speaking into like through your clothing about this particular disease. You know what I mean? Like turning it from a negative
Yeah.
into a positive thing. And I don't even know if you've been thinking about it, but I kind of saw that while you were talking, and I'm just like, oh yeah, like she needs to go on back into that clothing arena, because God is really going to expand you in there. He's going to do something different. So if he had you sit it down for a little while, I am a firm believer that God will have you sit something
Okay.
down and then rebirth it out into a whole something that you probably never even thought of. But it's way bigger than you. This journey is way bigger than you. And I'm extremely excited to see what God is going to do with you in these next couple of years. So what is your biggest tips you can give entrepreneurs that may be wanting to start a business?
I would tell them not to give up. I know that sounds cliche. Everybody like, why you always say that? But it can be hard days. It could be times
Yeah.
where you like, okay, where are my clients at? What happened? Like this pandemic made me like,
Mm-hmm.
all my clients was sitting there like, we gotta wait for and I was like, what? So once they figure going to do, we'll still do meetings, but we should everything online. We gotta do Zoom meetings, so you can still do the flyers. You can still do this, and I'm like, okay, because for a while everything was at a standstill, so I had to be reminding myself to not give up. And if something happens, like pandemic or something, learn to think creative. Think of
Mm-hmm.
creative solutions to still run your business. Um, there is still a way around it. Like I saw people still do stuff around it. I had to make a lot of face masks. I think last year I made a lot of face masks.
Mm-hmm.
I normally do masks. Everybody aims with them. So I was like, okay, well this is a start. But even with my graphic business, I was worried about my books and stuff. But my books started picking up too. And my graphics slowly started picking up. I just had to start thinking outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you say think outside the box, because I think a lot of us don't do that. And I
Right.
think that's where the frustration comes, when we keep thinking normal and really God is like, no, I need you to expand your thinking. You're thinking too small. And so I love when I hear people say think outside the box. So with all that you do, how do you just maintain just being you away from work? I don't know if you're a mother, I don't know if you're a wife, but if any of those things come into play, like how do you just maintain, just having that you time in the midst of birthing out all of this stuff? Because you are birthing out a lot. So that's very time consuming. And how do you just manage all of this?
Um, I won't even. I guess I learned to have some time to myself. I don't know if you call it time management. I mean, I'm not a mom. I am an auntie. I'm not a wife yet. I just got a boyfriend, so I'm working towards that. But I would say I was learn how to like have time to myself. I started planning stuff out. I'm still learning management, but basically plan times, the work time, the time you want to spend with your family, and then time for yourself, which I'm trying to really work on, just having some time to myself. I was like, if it's not working, then my family, I need you to do this, or my boyfriend, like, hey, you need to come over here, or, it's something. And then every now and then I just sit down and like, okay, I got an hour to myself. What can I do? So it's basically, I guess, planning. If somebody like if you have a work plan, a digital, that can be figure out what you need to do to hour to hour. That's what I don't know. Might have to write it all out. It makes sense when put it in front of you.
Yes, it kind of reminds me of writing the vision and making it plain. When you don't write the vision, it's kind of hard to attack it because there's nothing there for you to go back on. So
Right.
that's what that reminds me of. So that is really good. So
Yeah.
what's next for you? You're into fashion. You have your two businesses. You've been writing your book and working on your clothing line. Like, what is next? Like, what is your biggest thing that you really are getting ready to focus on going into this new year?
What I'm trying to do next. I know I know it's a fashion show next January. And I've also been looking I know I'm not really much of an actor or whatever, but I did a play in Flint a long time ago called I Kissed the Devil Missed It. It was like a I don't know. I guess it was like it was a book. Play was a. I think he's doing another play called Count It All Joy. So I was gonna look into that, but I'm only like being an extra person. Like I'm not. It's more like it's more like ministry slash how could I say it? Most plays are well most some of his plays is comedy. Like I don't know I don't know if anybody ever heard of Andrew A, but he has he does productions out in Flint. And I just one of my friends was in it and I was just like they was like we need extras so somehow I got into it. But I was all no, I was a big age I was thinking about doing the background like what we need like wardrobe or something like that. But somehow I got out there instead. So I didn't have any lines or anything. I just had to be. I didn't even had to be romantic. They wanted me to be funny, so I was actually being funny without talking. So this one called Kind of Joy. I was gonna look into that one, and then it was another one for forgiveness, but we didn't do that because of the pain. Besides trying to do another fashion show, and I'm working on another book about self care, but it's gonna focus on like the superwoman syndrome. I don't know if anybody ever heard of that, but I'm trying to address some issues that most people may deal with, but they may not know the term for it. I would say how they can have a balanced life despite all the things they have to.
Okay, so we're excited about your future and what God is going to have you doing next. So we have to stay connected to you, but go ahead and let everybody know how they can find you and connect with you. We can't hear you.
I'm on Facebook. Just go to Francine. On Facebook, you can go to Instagram. Houston. Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, a little bit.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't think she could hear us.
You still there, Francine? Can you hear us?
She can't hear.
Mike is
Just move around a little bit.
It may be her earplugs.
No, I think she had them in the whole time.
Oh, did she? Okay. So you guys, for those of you that are still watching, oh my.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, but you know how it is. Hopefully we can get back with her.
I just want to get her information. Francine, can you hear us? Look, Cheryl. Cheryl said it's okay. See, we know about this stuff. Can you hear us, Francine?
No.
Go out and come back in and see what happens.
Well, hopefully she'll make it back.
Yes, y'all. We're trying to get her information for you guys. She's having technical issues over there, but we just want to thank everybody for tuning in to these beautiful two young ladies, Alexis Perry and Francine Houston. Make sure that you guys continue to tune in as we go higher in closing out December really soon with next week's guest. So don't miss that at 6 p.m. And also, you guys make sure that you go and register for the two things. We have the monologue that is coming up January 29th, virtual monologue. You guys, this is Cinderella edition, so we are triple excited about that. And also go and register for the summit, the Married and Single Summit, Fight for What You Want, coming up in February. It's a 2-day summit. So all of you single folk and married folk need to be up in that building. Okay. So if you want to know more information about that, go to barnettlakia@gmail.com and I will give you the information so that you can register and purchase your seat for that private event. So Miss Francine, can you hear us?
Lord.
Can you hear us, Francine? Now she's frozen.
Right. Oh.
Okay, so I'm going to get her information so that I can make sure I post it on our Tears to Purpose page so that we can get her information out to you all. And just in case you guys want to follow her on any of her endeavors. But we thank both of the ladies for joining us today. And we are so sorry about these technical issues. But Satan is a liar. So we just stand in agreement that that this too will go forth and you guys will keep sharing down your timeline this show. And if you guys want to become partners and you're saying that you are touching and agreeing with what we are doing, spreading the word about entrepreneurship, inspiration, empowering each week, you can also email me at barnettlakia@gmail.com and become a partner for this ministry and for this show that we do every week. So you all be encouraged and we will see you next week. Ms. Hubbard, do you have anything you want to say before we go?
Just continue to come back. You can be a partner or you can just donate.
Yes, just please. You can donate at Tears to Purpose. And we will be very appreciative of what you guys are doing. So again, we have 2 awesome events that are coming up and I will post them on the Tears to Purpose Monologue Movement page where you guys can see. And don't forget, we got Theater and Word coming up this weekend that will be going live on our ministry page. So check that out at 1:30 p.m. Skits, poetry, word,
Yes.
prayer. It's gonna be all that. So make sure you guys tune in this week and at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time for our Theater and Word. And if you want to participate in Theater and Word and you have a gift, art, dancing, singing, rapping, we're doing all of this for the Lord. If you're a great actor, come join us. And just once a month. So we are definitely looking to enhance and spread this out to many others in the body of Christ. So we will see you guys next week, same time, 6 p.m. I'm Lakia Barnett. This is Miss Hubbard, and we love you guys with the love of Christ. Good night.
Good night. Thanks for coming.
Entrepreneurs, experts, Christian relationship experts, that is, people in ministry that have a phenomenal story, all kinds of business owners from restaurants to beauty to financial side. We are looking for it all.